Welcome back to the HoodCast.
The opinions expressed on the HoodCast are those of the guests and the host. They reflect no inference or agreement by Hood Tech Productions or Hood Tech Productions LLC or HoodCast LLC. The information presented on the HoodCast is not intended to offend any race, creed, religion, sexual orientation, or nation of origin. Please listen at your own discretion.
It is now time.
It's time.
Get ready. Get ready.
Let's do it.
It's the HoodCast. www.hoodtechproduction.com. This is HoodCast 332, if I'm not mistaken. I got the crew back in this thing, y'all. Willie Biggs.
What's happening, people?
Hey. What's up, y'all?
Child.
Monday. This shit is still out here. The shit is still out here.
Yeah, my boss has COVID, and she has no idea where it came from or how she got it.
Well, girl, your boy, I have COVID, and I know exactly where this shit came from.
Public transportation?
The Bronx.
Yeah, I mean, it's still here.
That shit, it could have came. It could have. Really, no telling where I'm at, cause
I mean, you know, the
nobody
subway.
wear masks and shit. I mean,
no.
I feel it's like a cold to me anyway, so I ain't really tripping.
Yeah,
but
at least you don't have the multitude of symptoms that I had. Like, and then too, even now, there are some things I cannot smell.
What they call it? The long COVID. What they call that condition?
Long COVID.
Long COVID. Yeah. Just like, and then remember, I had bronchitis twice because there was one show I could not stop coughing. I could not catch my breath.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
I am. So it's still out here. It's still prevalent. Lysol, Clorox, wear your mask, wash your hands, people, please. And
stop eating in the drive-thru. Don't
my God.
Food in the drive-thru. People get their food back. They hand you your debit card or whatever you pay with.
Now hold on.
Whatever disease they got, and then you eat.
That is true. Stick your hand right out there. You know what I do? I do not carry cash with me. Everything is on card. It's very rare if I have cash. And if I do have cash, maybe $5 or $10 bill. I spray hand sanitizer on my debit cards and my credit cards.
I know, but like when you're in the drive-thru line, you ain't got time for that. And my dumb ass left the house twice without sanitizing the car. Bought some food in the drive-thru. Young lady handed me my car back, and she clearly had the car. She handed it to me. I got it back. Driving, dumbass reached in the bag.
Got some fries.
Stuck something right in my mouth. That was on a Tuesday. By like Wednesday morning, I was like, feel something a little tickle in my throat. I was sick for a week after that shit.
Yeah, I mean, people scratch their butts. They put their hands in their head. They put their hands on their face. People literally cover their sneezes.
They dropping dead for just that, putting their hands in their ass and shit.
I mean,
motherfuckers cough like this, and then hand you some shit with the same hand.
And then my mother always taught us to do this or this. I taught my children that. I mean, to be honest with you, you can serve the Last Supper in my house. That's how clean it is. So
usually that's how I keep my crib though. But you know, when you lazy, you got that COVID, man. It just take everything out of you.
When I tell you water hurt, like something as simple as getting in the shower, taking a shower, something that was supposed to be therapeutic, hurt.
You know what I do? I soak first, and then I take a shower.
But I mean, I had joint pain. I had some. Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Speaking of cleanliness, we had a whole entire argument in the nurse's station today. Disclaimer, please, my love.
Actually, I don't have the disclaimer up, but we're just gonna say disclaimer. Disclaimer, y'all.
Disclaimer.
Okay. You have. Bring me in. I got to say this as a woman. You heifers is nasty. You heifers is nasty because some of you are sitting in water soaking, bathing in soap while you're sitting in the tub water. rinsing off with that same water, and getting right out of the shower, drying off, putting on lotion, powder, and everything else, and getting to bed. That is nasty.
Okay, hold it. Repeat that once again because I need to grasp my finger right there because
Okay,
I don't see nothing wrong. I'm gonna put you up again so you can say that one more time.
you heifers are
Mm-hmm,
sitting up here.
Heifers.
mm-hmm,
Heifers
mm-hmm.
I'm giving you the Migos
mm,
backup. Heifer. Oh,
running water in the bathtub, sitting in that bathtub,
Okay, that's
bathing
soaking.
in the bathtub, sitting down,
Mm-hmm.
and taking that same water once it gets cool or lukewarm or whatever, rinsing off with that same water that you have sat in. And instead of standing, draining the water and then turning the shower on, soaping up again, and rinsing off at least twice, y'all not doing it. Y'all going straight from soaking in this tub, getting out of this tub, and drying off. You're not clean. You're not
Okay.
clean. You're not clean.
because
I
they
think
they
some
sit in the
people
same
might
filthy
beg to
water.
differ.
Yeah, you're sitting in the same filthy water. If
Well,
Well,
you've
most
been
people
soaked,
wasn't raised to soak in a tub and then stand up and take a shower. Most people wasn't raised that way. They was
Right,
raised as get in the tub, wash your butt, rinse off, get out.
right.
Not sit there and soak in the filthy water. Was you raised to get in the tub, wash yourself, then drain it, then take a shower?
yeah.
That's wasting
Yo.
water, boy. You get your ass
Boy,
whooped.
you's a double billing motherfucker.
Boy,
Why don't you
shit,
just take a
that
shower?
belt.
No,
Just
Have
take
you
a
ever got your
shower.
ass whooped with a
but
belt where your ass is wet?
Just take a shower.
no, I
What's the?
never happened to me. But
Oh, you like to soak? You a soaker? You a cowgirl? Take me away, girl.
yeah, but at the same time, I'm going to drain the water. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to lather up, rinse, lather again, rinse again, then dry off. But I'm noticing that there are certain customs that people are not raised with. Just like,
I
for
wasn't raised like
example,
that.
right. And I mean, you come from upstanding citizens.
Oh, whatever.
Um, no, like seriously, you come
But
from a certain level
Go
of
there.
one
We
thing
need to
that
talk
you're
about.
not realizing, Gen E, is that
Everybody
the
doing
chemicals
yeah.
that the soap is made of pulls the dirt. So like
yes, and it floats above the water.
okay, so that means it's not gonna attach back onto you. It's gonna attach to the soap.
Mm-mm,
You see what I'm
mm-mm.
saying?
And then, but I
As
will
I
say
said
this
before, your
G-Mack used to
cleanliness
do
is different.
commercials where the bubbles come out and they grab the dirt.
Right,
Cartoon
right,
commercials and then they take it
I
all
mean,
down the drain.
the commercials just showing it the figuratively, but I mean, that's what it does. I mean, if it don't, you could just use
but
regular water. You see what I'm saying?
I just take a shower. I let it all go down the drain. That's what I
Cool.
do. I haven't had a bath in God knows. I can't remember last time I sat in
Boy,
the
look,
tub.
I'm gonna tell you,
custom.
boy, that is man. I tell you,
A lot
real
of
hot,
people
hot.
will
I'm talking
not.
about hot as you can stand it, hot. Jump up in that
Yeah,
mud.
I mean, I
Yes,
listen. My water is so hot. You can boil potatoes. You can
right.
make soup.
But see, I do what Jen say now. I do, because I was used to taking showers, you know,
Hmm.
with the last place that I lived because I was not finna get in that tub and another dog get in the tub. No, that's one thing I'm not gonna do. I am not gonna take a bath and soak in any tub that a canine that goes outside steps in shit, piss, all types of animal and insect piss and shit. Come in the
Sir,
tub and put all that nasty ass shit in the tub. You see what I'm saying? No, I stand
oof.
up, take a shower. So for
But
7 years, I was taking a shower until I got my own shit. And I'm like, you know what? I'm finna soak my bare naked ass. And boy, when I tell you, it's wonderful. It's so wonderful.
but you know what? I noticed that there are certain things that we now do as adults. Now, granted, I was raised doing that, but like I was talking to someone that was younger than me. She's every bit of 23, and we were talking about housekeeping. So if you go in the kitchen and you cook dinner, always clean as I cook. After
Yeah,
everybody's done eating, the dishes, because I put bleach in the dishwasher and all that stuff. But after everybody's
you gotta
gone,
watch
I
out for that.
sweep.
You gotta watch out for that. Word up. You know that bleach
No, I
eats
do
up
two
the.
rinses.
No, but what I'm saying, you gotta watch out for that pure bleach because that bleach eats up the gears.
It
Trust when I
can.
tell.
That
Yes, I'm
that
telling
is
you.
true. That is true.
Watch that bleach.
But at the same time, after I'm done with all that and I sweep the kitchen, I mop the floor.
Okay, you be
Why would
tired
you
after
mop the
cooking a meal,
floor?
don't you?
Yeah, but I still got to mop that floor because I've cooked. I've stood in the kitchen. I've cooked grease pops, just random things, crumbs that you didn't see, whatever, whatever. I mopped the floor. And she was
Right.
like, well, at the end of the week, when you do your house cleaning on the weekend, you mop the floor then. Not if I cook. No, ma'am. I'm going to get that Swiffer wet jet and go through there now on Saturday. I'll do a deep cleaning. But
Right.
throughout the week, that Swiffer, after dinner
I,
is
I, I
done
don't
and
I
the
don't consider
swept,
that I don't consider that Swiffer a good mop.
well, here's my thing.
I consider it a cosmetic cleanup for the moment.
Well, here's the thing about mine. I have the one that has the pad on it that you can wash. So what I'm putting in it is literally antimicrobial Mr. Clean. And I'm mixing it. I put my own mixture in it and I snap that drum back in there. So it's actually what I would mop the floor with on Saturday, but it's being sprayed off during the week. So I'm not using a disposable Swiffer pad. These are pads that you put in the washer and you wash and you dry them. Is what I'm
Yeah.
using.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Just
Cleanliness. Clean,
customary
I'm really
cleanliness stuff.
trying to figure out. Okay.
Oh my
I
God,
didn't know this was the
because
hygiene show. This is the hygiene
it's
edition of
got
the
to
Hoodcast.
because it's got to be because that shit's still out there. World, that shit is still out
yeah.
there. It's out there, and I am a COVID survivor twice.
But you know what though? There are some people, and I kid you not,
Twice.
I was reading about COVID today because I get emails from the CDC. And
You do
there are
know
some
everybody.
people who have, yeah, I do. There are some people who have a natural immunity to it. Just like I think the fourth or the fifth person was cured from HIV/AIDS here recently in a research study, and the blood transfusion that he got. Now, mind you, he did have an AIDS related form of cancer, but the blood transfusion that he got caused him to be cured of it. So they're finding that there are people who have natural immunities to certain diseases.
He was cured of what? COVID? From the blood transfusion?
H- HIV, and then there are some people who have gotten immunotherapy from COVID from donated
Or,
plasma,
but he was cured of what? HIV or COVID?
both.
Okay, Magic Johnson. All right. All
Right.
right, then.
But hold on,
Well, I have heard to be off the COVID subject. I have heard stem cell replacement
it's stem cell.
is curing HIV. I'm hearing that. I've seen a couple of
But
shits on that.
the thing,
Get your internet right, Gen E. But what?
Jen froze like a motherfucker. There you go, Jen. Speak up.
um, thinking about that,
Jen, we got an audio.
when I'm
Oh,
speaking,
there you go. Well, you were speaking, but we just the audio just came back.
Yeah, she was just opening her mouth up.
with stem cell donation, you have to track who donated it. So what they're doing now is the people who have donated their stem cells and the people who had HIV/AIDS as well as COVID, who have been cured of both illnesses, they're going back to those donators and they're testing their DNA to find out what is it about their blood and their plasma material that allows them to be cured, that allows them to be cured. So this is a new medical innovation that they're actually spending billions of dollars on that actually works. Because I keep telling people the cure is out here, but there's more money in the disease and big pharma than the cure.
Yep. Oh yeah, they're not trying to fix nothing.
Yo, speaking of big pharma, I got something to show y'all. World, it's crazy. When they first came out with this COVID thing, of course they was pushing the vaccine. Oh, get the vaccine. If the vaccine is gonna cure the virus, it's gonna cure it, it's gonna take it away. They did say that. So now that they know that it don't cure the virus, which you can't kill a virus,
you can't. Because it mutates.
Right. So I guess they had to get some other way to make some money. So now they have a pill for COVID. A pill that you take. Now this is what they claiming. They claiming that the pill will once you catch COVID will not make it go. Will not have your COVID be serious. It'll just keep your COVID mild. They're
But guess
saying you
what?
still
So
catch
what
COVID.
testing.
Yeah, they say you still catch COVID, but it'll be mild. Okay, for real, for real.
Okay. You know what? I don't have I don't have my glasses with me, but let me make this very brief. Once again, another pill that was used for something else, developed for something else that didn't work for that illness, so they're using it on another. Let me share something with y'all about this COVID pill. That COVID pill was originally developed for COPD, which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is from people who have been lifelong smokers or quite possibly have lung cancer. But what they found was different components of this pill slowed down the symptoms of COVID. Now, here's the question. I do not know how much this pill.
Uh-oh. Repeat yourself.
When Biden had COVID, they gave it to him. When Trump had COVID, they gave it to him along with immune. Yes, he did. Well, actually, it's horse warmer. And do you know how many people died behind him doing that?
Wow, for real? Don't tell me that.
People
He should be behind bars.
Unfortunately, he should be behind bars for a lot of things.
For a lot of shit. I get that kill a couple people because he said so.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did y'all hear about the respiratory therapist that was going around killing people with succinol, the same drug that killed Michael Jackson?
Mm-mm.
And her name just so happens to be Jennifer.
I never did.
Jennifer what?
That is not important. I'm gonna see if y'all can.
Why? It wouldn't start with an E, would it?
How did they?
No.
Wait a minute. Why was she? Why he? How was? Why? Why? Why was he and she doing that?
We don't know. Like literally, we do not know.
They were just running around. What were they sticking them with needles? How was they?
Let me tell you what happened. Glad you asked, friend. So this is what happened. So this chick, hold on a second. See if I can pull it up and share it with you guys. So this is the story right here. And her name is Jennifer Ann Hall. Can you guys see that?
No, you gotta share your screen. I'll see it.
Let's hold on. See if I can share the screen. Yes, I understand. Let's proceed. Come on, guys. Okay, entire screen. There we go. Okay. Share. Okay. Never mind. It won't let me do it. But anyway, Jennifer Ann Hall, she was a respiratory therapist, and she was in Missouri. This did happen some years ago, and they did a documentary on Netflix. This time it was a guy, but he wasn't a doctor at all. He faked it. So what she did was 5 months. She was a respiratory therapist at Hendrick Medical Center, and this is a rural hospital. So they experienced 18 code blue incidents. So that is the code for cardiac arrest. So 9 of those patients died, 9 of them recovered. So 20 years later, this is the sad part about it. 20 years later, she was charged this month with first-degree murder in one of the deaths. Literally 20 years later, she worked at this hospital for 5 months. It took them 20 years to find out what she had done. So what happened pretty much is this. Now, they did not know.
Know what? What do we not know? I'm in suspense here. What is it? What did they not know, Jen?
They did not know. I'm trying to figure out how did they not know it was her, because whenever these instances happen, squared mode, 20 years later is better than nothing, but she killed 9 people. So this is 20 years for one person. This is just
speaking
one person.
Of 20 years, we really just fucked up 20 minutes of
everybody's time. So world, we're finna play a couple little videos. I should have everything right, y'all. Even though I've been sick, I've been on it. Big boy. Speech.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
HoodTech presents the
Go for it.
HoodCast.
Right back, y'all.
Figure. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You turn my mic up. Yo, trying not to let the pressure press me into deep regression. Trying not to see a trial that's truly a blessing. Trying not to speak in negatives. Trying to see beyond what's in my eyelids. Trying to take a deep dive in. Try to know that my blackness by nature comes with taxes. Pathologies come with being tilted off your axis. You wanna know how far off? Just look at what rap is. And down south there's even double meanings to what the trap is. All my years, all my tears, all my fears have been recognized. At least so far, so it's hard for them to be weaponized. So many of us paralyzed to what the light might do to our disguise. So I just wanna keep it live, let the music ride, get the people high for the rest of development one more time. About to let out screams like the unborn kind. It's about to be shown to the world for the first time. When you know you got fame in the game, in a catalog of flames, no shame is a vibe, ain't it? You roll with the glow that they're trying to overthrow. It's a known, yeah, it's hard to describe it. We know it's alright, we've been thieves in the night, rocking everyone inside while the suckers taking pride. And we always keep it alive, everybody stands high, keep it in the light, it's a vibe, ain't it? I know, baby, I know, everybody's catching that vibe. Everybody knows.
Life is like a camera, so let me suggest this, kid. Focus, shoot and develop for negatives. The picture, it ain't clear after you gave it all you got. Ain't no need to stress it, y'all just take another shot. Misguided minds just by design will try to find the slightest kind of spike design to fight your grind. You got that little too small feeling, it's just trite. I got that little Duval living my best life. Positive visions when you try to picture me. Conscious but my people still a slight pimping me. And even though at time the road's quite slippery, just know that you're not gonna deprive just for me. Chuck that, the power, we fight physically. You don't understand, we fight literally. Hope it's not a strategy, that's my epiphany. If you don't see it, then hey, we just vibe differently.
When you know you got fame in the game, in a catalog of flames, no shame is a vibe, ain't it? You roll with the blow that they're trying to overthrow. It's a known, yeah, it's hard to describe it. We know it's alright, we've been thieves in the night, rocking everyone inside while the suckers taking pride. And we always keep it live, everybody stands high, keep it in the light, it's a vibe, ain't it? I know, baby, I know, everybody's catching that vibe. Everybody knows our vibe, yeah. Everybody's got that thing that's rocking inside, and everybody's got that special little hot thing inside them. Help your vibe, yeah. It's that vibe. That
HoodTech presents the HoodCast.
Florida, New York City, Atlanta, don't matter where we at, man. We in the building. This is how we doing it.
Of course.
Period. Producer, DJ, all that.
Appreciate you
We
guys.
here.
That's what it is. Pump Up is out right now. Everybody support it.
Yeah.
Keep Morgan featuring yours truly, DJ Nuri, produced by Mr. Famous and the team. That's what it is. We out of here. Appreciate you
Say
guys.
it.
all right?
You know the vibes.
You know the vibes.
The HoodCast.
I like that old little bitty song, y'all. Ah, yo, we have returned. Hold on, let me bring my people back in. We have returned, y'all. Second segment, HoodCast 332.
I see why they pulled the budget on there.
Huh?
I see why they pulled the budget on there.
Hey, that's why I like that little. Hey, I like that little video, man.
That was a good concept, though. I like the concept. That concept was cool as shit. That was like
When you hit
pull
the
the
phone,
budget.
like, oh shit, okay, I feel you.
And everybody looking at her like, they start backing up. I was like, okay, I like that. Song, not so much, but I like the video. I ain't gonna front. That video was cute as fuck.
He said, son, Willie Biggs.
I ain't gonna front though. That shit is so realistic. I've been there, boy.
What?
In the middle of some shit, they be like, we ain't got no money. I'm like, oh, fuck. What am I gonna tell everybody?
Right. Oh, shit.
Yeah,
It was
boy.
good to see Kane. Still at it, still in the
Big
game.
Daddy
Big Daddy
Kane.
Kane.
Yo, that joint
And
was,
you-
speech is like, he pulling out all the stops. Speech is pulling out all the stops. Configure's a good ass producer too. Shout out to Configure.
Mhm.
He's dope. He's cool as shit too. Anyway, you were saying? Big Daddy.
No, I got a chance to see Kane probably about 3-4 years ago. He did a show. And for him to be the age that he is still up there dancing, still up there rapping, it was a great show.
Kane ain't never had a whack show.
Ever.
Never
Him or
had a
Busta.
whack show. He never
Or
had.
Busta.
Oh, Busta. I don't even think Busta knows how to do a whack show, and I don't think Busta
Yeah.
knows how to relax. Like, I ain't never seen him
No.
like chill.
No.
He's always hype as shit. But
I
yeah,
mean,
Kane
when
is
I
still
saw
getting it.
Busta, I left tired.
We saw Busta at the Biggie celebration in the park, man. G-Mack. He was a headliner for that joint, and he came out there and fucking murdered that shit. It was just him and Spliff with a DJ, and they went crazy. I was like, yo, Busta was jumping around like he was 20 years old. Still high speed rhyming, breath control. It was like, whoa. So I don't even know what these other people, what their excuses are. Busta's still killing. But yeah, Kane is still killing. Speech is still killing. He got some good joints out there. Pick up. If y'all haven't picked up that EP, his last project, make sure you get on Bandcamp. Look up Arrested Development Speech. Download that new joint. I copped that joint. It's good. Very good. Very good. So we were talking about that thing is still out there. G-Mack is the latest victim.
Yes, I am. I want to let y'all. Hey, this commercial just gears me, world. It really does, man.
Here we go.
Y'all I gotta show y'all this commercial, man. If you haven't seen this, what is it called? Polo, whatever the fuck this shit is.
Poligra?
This shit, huh? You said who?
Poligra?
All them trying to announce that shit. I don't take none of the medications.
Right.
Side effects.
Run
a commercial, G-Mack.
COVID-19
shit.
And being overweight makes it more risky.
Yo, and this shit kept
I'm
coming
calling my
on,
doctor.
coming on.
If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Authorized for emergency use, Paxlovid is an oral treatment for people 12 and up who have mild to moderate
Yo,
COVID-19
pay
and have a
attention
high
to
risk
the
factor for
fucking
it becoming
side
severe.
effects.
My symptoms are mild now, but I'm not waiting. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Bullshit.
Having even one risk factor, like being over 50, diabetes, or smoking, increases your chances of severe COVID. Taken within 5 days of symptoms, Paxlovid reduced the risk of developing severe COVID-19 by 86%.
Really?
Paxlovid may strengthen or weaken other medicines. Taking it with certain medicines may cause life-threatening side effects or affect how Paxlovid works. So it's critical to tell your doctor about all medicines you take, including herbal supplements, because lab tests or changing the dose of your medicines may be needed. Tell your doctor if you have any serious illnesses, allergies, liver or kidney disease, are pregnant or plan to become pregnant, are breastfeeding or use birth control. Paxlovid may affect how your birth control works. Don't take Paxlovid if you're allergic to nirmatrelvir, ritonavir, or any of its ingredients. Serious side effects can include allergic reactions, liver
That's two
problems, and
medicines
issues
that,
with HIV
that
and
are
medicine.
combined.
This the shit right
Other
here.
side effects include altered taste, diarrhea, high blood pressure, muscle aches, abdominal pain, nausea, and feeling unwell.
Okay.
And feeling unwell.
Every one of those, every single one of those symptoms are each symptoms for having COVID, right?
Muscle ache, diarrhea.
All that. We're finna rewind that shit. Yeah, world. Y'all gotta
Altered
listen to
taste,
this shit now.
diarrhea, high blood pressure, muscle aches, abdominal pain, nausea, and feeling unwell.
With my asthma,
They say
I
you're
knew
gonna
it could
get
be
this
riskier.
shit.
If it's
a side
COVID,
effect.
Paxlovid.
So a side effect.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist if Paxlovid is right.
It's getting COVID.
COVID-19?
No, you already got COVID. Now you finna have
I'm
double
calling
the
my
symptoms.
doctor. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Authorized for emergency use,
You
Paxlovid
gotta
is an
have
oral
double the
treatment for
symptoms.
people 12 and up.
Yeah, I'm always amazed at them fucking commercials when they say one of the side effects could be death. I'm like, why is this on the market if one of the side effects is
Hey,
death? I guess
I'm gonna tell you this thing about those commercials. The faster they talk, the more dangerous that shit is. When they can talk back, that shit gonna kill you.
Yeah, when that shit sound like a car commercial, don't take that shit.
One of the first
I was
commercials.
amazed when I was looking at, for one, you know, I be watching. I don't watch local TV. I watch an app TV on Pluto TV. So you know they have their little commercials and stuff on there, right? So this goddamn commercial come on every single break of the movies that I was watching, and I'm like, God damn! But you know when you watching something you gotta really pay attention. I started paying attention and looking at the little bitty white print. I'm like, hold on. This is supposed to be to help your COVID symptoms not be severe. But the
you get
damn
the same side
effects
You get
is
the same
saying
side
that a
effects.
side effect of this pill is gonna give you COVID.
Well, it doesn't give you COVID. It gives you the symptoms of COVID.
I mean, shit, tomato. Word up. For real. I mean, shit. Do you want to have diarrhea after taking the pill? No matter. No, you don't. You see what I'm saying?
I don't ever want diarrhea, but every now and then I want to
The
talk
shit that
about
they giving you. All the little components that make COVID bullshit, this pill is giving them all to you raw. You see what I'm saying? No.
Literally.
No. And guess who makes the pill?
Who?
Your boys at Pfizer.
Pfizer.
Yes.
But you know what's funny? So you're talking, the first commercial I ever saw that was for a weight loss pill that used to be prescription only and is known as Ally. And I remember I was up studying late one night, and I mean, people were buying this incessantly. But one of the biggest side effects was gas with an oily discharge.
oily discharge for gas?
Yes.
Why they just say you're shitting on yourself?
Pretty much, because what happens is, watch this. This, like I said, it was once a prescription med. So what it does is it binds to fat and pulls it out of your body. So if you go have a cheeseburger, if you eat some nachos, you go to Taco Bell, it is going to take the fat content and push it out your body. I mean, you're
oily
already oily discharge. Your booty gonna leak. And I remember
like
this
that
before.
good old leakage.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here.
Good old
and
anal leakage.
I'm like, I don't want to be skinny that bad. I'm like,
Hey, remember the Fin diet?
yes, and it killed people. It killed my English teacher.
I had a homegirl out in California. She works in television. She moved to LA and started working out there, and just got caught all up in the whole plastic surgery crowd. But she's a regular sister, a normal, natural sister. But she started wanting to look like all that Hollywood shit out there. So she started going through all these fad diets, trend diets. She did that Fin shit and damn near killed herself.
Killed so many people.
She almost died. She ended up in the hospital. I forgot how long she was in there, but she was in there for a few days. You know, they don't keep nobody in the hospital a few days no more unless she's dying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they think they can possibly save your life. But she was in there for a couple of days. This was in the, I'm going to say, in the 90s,
late
90s. Yeah. And she was out there and the whole, like, when she worked in New York, everybody got self-esteem issues. I don't care who you are. You might be confident, but you know, you got something you might be conscious about. She worked in New York. That shit wasn't bugging her because folks in New York are real people. She got out to California, went to the beach one time too many, started sitting all these, but she was sitting in these meetings with these executives that looked like the people that were on TV because they were doing the same shit the actors were doing. And she had just moved out there. So she was worried about her career and, you know, opportunities being missed because of her physical appearance, and damn near killed herself fucking with the diet. And, you know, at the time, they wasn't telling nobody that shit could kill them. They was just telling about this great weight loss shit.
And the thing about it is that fen was literally a herb that they found in a jungle somewhere. That it was like
speed. How killing people then?
It was speed. So if you had an underlying health condition, particularly with your heart,
right,
it would ramp up your cardiovascular system and jack you up. And that's what killed my English teacher. This is a woman who never missed a day at work. And we noticed that she was slimming down. We used to call her Miss Cankles because she had no ankles. God rest her dead. And 2 days in a row, she didn't call in. She missed work 2 days. One of her friends went over there and she was dead on the floor.
Wow.
And it was from fen. And then there was a big class action suit. I don't know whatever became of it.
You never
did. But I'm going to say this, and this is for me, you know, in traveling, going to New York and other places. It used to be a point in time where people would go get plastic surgery and people were able to look at them and say, hey, Heather, hey, Jen, you look great. But now it's so obvious. Everybody is very cookie cutter.
Yep.
This BBL, Brazilian butt lifts, them BBLs is killing y'all because you're looking like hens. They're getting out of control. They are getting out of control.
Out of control.
And I was telling this girl,
it's so bad. Go ahead.
You're going to Tijuana and getting a BBL for $2,000, sis, and you think that's safe? Y'all going to the Dominican Republic? Y'all going out? Well, no, they come from Brazil actually. The first Brazilian butt lifts came from Brazil.
That's why all the Brazilian girls be tight as fuck, but they be little boys too.
They're snatched.
Yeah, they be little boys too.
Exactly. So now the biggest trend, instead of going to Mexico, there is a town that is doing this. But guess what? If you are an MD, you can take a class for so many weeks to learn how to do aesthetics. So you have somebody who was really practicing as a dentist for 20 years, BBL, doing tummy tucks. There is a place in Florida, they do it under conscious sedation like you're having a C-section, but they're digging around in your body.
Hell no.
I kid you not. It's dangerous. No. You had one girl, she ended up going to the hospital. One of her kidneys were gone. You're snatched, you're tight, but one of your kidneys is gone.
It was like, this taking up too much space. We're going to get that waistline down. Let's take the kidney out. God damn.
I mean,
I got a warning about the, what's that, the waist trainers.
Mm-hmm.
We had a friend of ours she was on the waist. Well,
waist trainers?
Waist trainers, the band.
Well, a friend of a friend. I'm going to say a friend of mine. Most of my friends got more sense in this, but not to dog her. But she was wearing this waist trainer so tight or whatever that she got
her organ shifted.
Well, not only did they shift, but some of them had started to fuse together.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
She had pulled her shit so tight that she was taking this motherfucker like beyond a girl and just
seeing women. I be seeing Spanish women at the gym be doing it. They be having them damn things. And they just be like all like that. I'm like,
your organs can shift, and then too, you can deform your bones.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. That makes
sense. You're squeezing that shit in. I mean, you can't. Nothing beats exercise and diet. Ain't no shortcuts. Ain't no shortcuts.
And to be honest with you, the body you want is really made in the kitchen.
Yes, sir.
It is made in the kitchen. And it's like this. I am a woman of a certain age.
What age would that be, Jen?
Oh, I'm over 40. And the thing about it is, I generate real heat. I have stretch marks.
You know what it was before you got here. Don't act surprised now.
Right. Most people after the long day, they take their shoes off. I take my bra off and these joints drop like a mixtape on Friday.
Damn.
Boom.
Yeah, and you know what? And I'm accepting of it. I don't want to look plastic. Little Kim was once, this is nothing against Kim, I love her, but she was once a beautiful black girl. Now she looks like the cat lady of Beverly Hills. Sweet
She
pea.
look crazy.
And I
What
do
have you
not
done?
understand why.
She was gorgeous. She was a gorgeous woman.
Yeah, I mean, I think she got a nose job first, and then she went crazy.
No, she
went
got
full-blown
implants.
Michael
She
Jackson.
got implants first,
All
and then
right,
she
the
kept doing
boobs.
stuff to her face.
Yep.
And when she came out on the BET Awards, she looked like somebody had put a pleather jumpsuit on a rotisserie chicken.
She
The way
like a
her
little Asian
thighs
lady
were. She does. She looks like my nail tech. I'm sorry, she does.
She look crazy. I love Lil Kim too, but I don't know what it. She said she got tired of women that the way she was trying to look because she kept losing men to women that look like this. And I'm like,
sweetie,
really, Kim? You from Brooklyn? Like, I know, man. Dude was trying to holler at you. I mean, maybe it's, but I'm telling you that Hollywood entertainment thing, people get behind those closed
and it
doors,
drives them crazy.
and it drives them crazy because you're looking at folks that's been in the business for 100 years. They done all kind of shit. And then like a lot of them got professional trainers. You show up to a motherfucker that's been working with a professional trainer for 5-10 years. You're not gonna look the same. Even if you've been going to the gym, you're not gonna look the same. Professional trainer versus you doing your little home thing, you're not gonna look the same. And trying to take them shortcuts to get surgeries and taking all this, man, you're gonna kill yourself.
And then
So, from the HoodCast, please stop with the surgeries.
Stop. And then now, here's an interesting secret. Nicki Minaj, when you go get all this work done and you gain weight, that work does not conform to the weight that you gain.
Right.
Have you seen Nicki as of lately? She is on stage trying to lift her leg above her head, and she is struggling. She is trying to twerk.
They did a lot of work with her because she was super small when she first came.
She was very small, and she was pretty, beautiful girl.
Real thin, but they put all kinds of extras.
They put all kinds of fix-a-flat and rubber glue.
Oh man.
Put some Gorilla Glue in that ass.
Right. But
they didn't do nothing to Drake though. Why they made Drake go to the gym and work out? They didn't do nothing to Drake,
but Nicki, to see her on stage at the Essence Festival trying to twerk and she got tired. That silicone is so heavy in your butt, you cannot even throw it in a circle anymore.
Yeah, I mean, she's a mom now. She's, you know what I'm saying? She probably ain't working out like that crazy.
No, she never had to work
enjoying
out.
The spoils of life, but if you enjoying the spoils of your wealth as well as being a mom, you're gonna gain some weight.
Right.
Exactly. And the thing about it is, like I said,
on top that weight. Oof.
Right. Because I'm gonna say this: plastic surgery has weight. If you go and you get your behind done and they're maneuvering fat to put it in your butt and then to pick it up and then you gain weight along with the fat that they've already injected, your butt is going to be heavy.
I mean, as long as it's fat, you see what I'm saying? I'm thinking they doing the silicone shit for real.
Some of them are.
But she probably had fat put in her, didn't she?
Yeah.
Where'd they get it from?
Her shit look natural.
She didn't have no fat to start with. They must have brought it from somewhere else.
They probably had to get somebody her same blood type.
No, I'm gonna tell you another thing they do. No, you can't transfer fat like that. I really believe that a lot of it are injectables. I believe a lot of them.
Shit in there.
Yeah.
Like injecting silicone and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there's you have stuff like Restylane and Juvederm, and now they're using Sculptra. They used to use Sculptra to like fill in lips and like wrinkles.
Ooh, that's too much.
Now you have women, and matter of fact, they're doing it here in Arkansas, where these women are paying for Sculptra BBL, and it's like $2,000 to $3,500. You got IV bags with the tubes going into your butt, and then they're taking the same stitches called Vicryl, and G-Mack, you probably have Vicryl in your body, where it dissolves, and they literally poke holes in your butt. And it got wire barbs on it, and they pull your butt up and they tie it up. In 6 weeks, that Vicryl is going to dissolve and your butt is going to be the size and shape that you want it, but you're full of Sculptra.
Oh my God.
Well, that stuff is going to harden in about 5 to 6 years.
Oh, that's going to
it's
be
not that
from the back,
serious.
a whole nother type of experience.
I tell you this much, you're going to break your hip
Oh, you smack an ass and it don't move, you know you got something wrong right there. You got something wrong. Nope. I thank God that I got with my woman before the age of all that craziness. Because if you're trying to date nowadays, you don't know what you're getting.
Look, y'all.
You is not lying about that, man.
You don't know what you're getting.
That's why I told myself I'm paying for it, goddamn it. As long as they got that Trojan mind, I'll be good. So, ladies, I can't fuck with y'all right now because I'm kind of out of pocket. I got that shit because it's still in there, huh?
Say you paying.
Oh,
shit, all men pay. All men pay in some form or fashion.
In some form.
I'm paying
whenever
for
you get through.
But speaking of plastic surgery, God forgive me for what I'm about to say. Very good friend of mine that I went to college with, G-Mack, I'm not telling you who this is. She went illegally and she got injectables. Okay. Years ago.
Booty exploded.
Booty blew up. Oh shit. Y'all, we finna play some
music. We can play some music then when Jen.
All right, when Jen internet catch up. We'll be
They've been dating. Okay.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast.
Sweet yams, show me the way, 'cause I've got bills to pay. Can I get to the yams? Sweet yams, show me the way, 'cause I've got bills to pay.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast. And the HoodCast.
Hey, baby.
Woo!
PB stand up. PB stand up. We back, world. We back. Third and final segment. HoodCast 332. That shit's still out there.
Man, I'm telling you, that bow joint. Bow joints be banging and inspirational at the same time, but not preachy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Bow joints be going. I always like them, and shit goings too though. I can't front. They was a dope dynamic duo.
I don't know if you're doing anything still.
I don't know. Goings. The other half.
I don't know.
Yeah, man. Bo always comes. That boy can spit too.
That's something I'm gonna have to look into.
I know one thing. Ever since that last video, that last interview he did with him, I had a total different change of respect for your boy
Scarface. Yeah, me too.
Yes,
me too. I've seen him online a couple
I've
times.
always been a Face fan.
Yeah, I was a Face fan of his music, but the way he did Bo was like so dirty. Like you wasn't around when we did an interview, but long story short, Face put him, according to Bo, I wasn't there, but Face put him on a phone call with a record executive. He had sent his music. Dude got on the call and was like, yo, dude is dope. He's good to go. All we need now for you to jump on and do a feature with him, introduce him, and let's bring him on out. So they wanted to work with him.
Right.
Bo said, all right. But before they got on the call, Face told him, listen, just listen. Don't say nothing. So Bo didn't say nothing. Then they got off the call, and Face was like, well, you heard what he said, right? And Bo was like, yeah, you know, you jump on, do the feature, we get this thing going. And he said, Face told him, that's something that ain't going to never happen. That ain't going to never happen.
That's why I don't like artists signing other artists.
The artists. It's the worst thing ever. I mean, unless...
That's why.
Usually, only way that usually works if artists sign other artists is if the artist is so big and has such a machine that basically he's just putting you in his machine. But if you're looking for that artist to be hands-on with you, you in trouble.
I mean, if he would have played it right, that's pretty much what could have happened.
I know, but I don't know. Well, I know Scarface has talked in the past about his own mental health issues and things like that, and bipolar. I mean, whatever the fuck he's always claiming.
And he's actually severely ill now too.
Right. Well, I mean, I've heard, out of his own mouth him talking about, mental health issues. And I thought maybe it was something like that. But Bo was just like, no, he told him flat out he wasn't doing no feature. It was on him, blah, 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 blah. And basically he put him on the call and let him know, like, yeah, they'll fuck with you, but they want me to fuck, in order for me to fuck with you, for them to fuck with you, I got to be on this joint and I ain't doing it.
And I'm not finna do it.
But the dope part was, the dudes was like, yo, this dude is ready. He's dope. So he got verified by industry executive that wanted to do something with him. They was looking at the marketing side for Scarface being there. But I thought that was a good thing for Bo to, It's not often artists like drawn away at this shit and don't know if they're good enough until they have some success. There is no school where you go get a grade in entertainment. You either do well or you don't. If you don't do well, you think you're not good at what you're doing. Some people just don't get the break they need. They just don't get the break they need. I think that was good for Bo to know that he had the caliber of talent that dude wanted to work with. It was heartbreaking. He told us that story though. Like, damn. So the dude,
and I remember him announcing that he was signed.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
I remember the announcement. It was a huge deal.
It was a big deal. And the thing about it was, I've heard, other people in Little Rock had other opportunities. I'm talking specifically about my hometown. They have other opportunities. And you see other artists around and kind of hate on them, like, I ain't this, ain't on. But with Bo, it was different. Like, when people heard he had a deal and he got signed, folks was kind of genuinely happy and was like, yo, that dude's dope and he worked hard. He deserved it. I didn't hear nobody hating on him for it.
No, I didn't either.
So to get an inside story to be like, the reason why this guy didn't never get his major label hop off thing, well, this ain't the only reason because Scarface don't run his life, but there was an opportunity for him, and the person that was supposed to be his mentor that signed him wouldn't utilize the opportunity.
Like a dumbass.
And I'm like, why not? Right. Like most artists you notice the artists that have long careers and survive are generally the people who help other people move on. Right. Look at Dre. Dre put out a record actually an actual release. What, 20 years?
Since 20 years, more than 20 years.
Right. And he's still as relevant now as he was back then because you can still see his work. Well, you got to think about it. He's still relevant. He's still considered a legend because you still see the results of his work. Snoop is still relevant, still out there. You see what I'm saying? Eminem, of course, is a monster. 50 came off of that tree. All NWA came off of that tree. Ice Cube is still out here doing movies, still touring. Hell, he's touring with Snoop. And
they have what is it, Mount Westmore?
Mount Westmore, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you can see Dre's
and
work.
that album was hot, by the way.
It had to be. It had a choice but to be hot.
That album is hot.
Like that,
because you have Too Short, E40, Snoop, and
Ice Cube. If you got those four guys in a room, there's no way you're gonna come out with a whack record. The only way you'll get a whack record out of that if it's some executive in the middle of it between them and the producer trying to tell them what to do, and they be like, well, "That's just a job. I'll do it."
And
that's
know what?
The only way you'll get a whack record out of them four guys.
I've always wanted to sit down or hang out with E40 because I love his wordplay and the way he sounds. Always have. I've been to enough Too Short shows. That's different. Just
we did an interview with Too Short on the early days of the
a long time ago.
Fucking hilarious, the fact that we were standing in a room full of women, he was calling them bitches and they loved it.
And they're saying
G-Mack was sitting there like,
I wish I could have that power.
I'm like, how? I'm turning around looking like, you realize he's talking to you. He's like, you low down, stanky ass bitch. And they like, I was like,
I'm talking about in their face too. I'm talking about they're like on the stage.
He wasn't like up on the stage. He right here.
Right.
Tell him, Mac, he was right. Like they had set up a little. That shit was like a little ring. They put up a little ring, like velvet rope ring, and the DJ behind him. He on the same level floor. He performing, not even rising. He performing like you standing in your living room, calling you all kind of bitches and hoes, and they was partying their ass off. I'm like, how does this work? I was like,
you gotta have money and fame.
Yeah.
And I was like,
rats are attracted to cheese.
Yeah, obviously.
It was a rat festival in that motherfucker too, though.
And it was. You're right.
Yeah, it was worth
and what's so bad about it? I was sitting there with
the sucking fuck. They did.
I was standing there with my drink, and I guess I was the bougiest one in the building. I'm like, I don't belong here.
Where were you?
I don't belong here. I actually got a chance to see him out in Cali, so I'm like, I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
I interviewed Ice Cube.
Wow, because everybody wanted to get him some of the domage.
That and just it was too much. It was just
Too short.
Much. It was too much. It was.
I'm sure it was. Too Short's a walking show by himself.
Yeah, he'll pimp too. I guess his pimpness was. I guess that's what it is, Biggs. The pimpness. Yeah. His pimpness is what attracts all these females.
Pheromones, a pimp pheromone.
Yeah, it must be. I need to find out.
Get a whiff of that shit. Next thing you know, you can call him anything.
Must be a pill for that.
Well, I don't have that pumping out of my blood. I can't do that.
Gotta be a pill for that.
But see, because
Right.
like if y'all tried that, the police would get called. It would be uncles and cousins ready to fight. Y'all can't do that.
One of these days, though.
But they gotta have a pill for it, G-Mack, like you said. But I'm sure the side
they got
effects
to.
would be too many hoes, and 4 balls, and stabs on your dick.
right. Hey,
These pills work too well.
Wouldn't that be crazy that like that movie Limitless?
Right.
Oh shit!
Pill
Instead of the pill making you super duper smart, so every time you take that motherfucker, it's just any female that look at you just can't resist you.
I seen that movie. I've seen that movie.
Boy, I can make a nice improv thing like Taylor Chappelle used to do off of that.
Hell yeah. Somebody will now that you said it. It's on YouTube. You know, they steal everything. All right, y'all. Let's get to our random statements before we run over. We about 10 minutes over time.
All right, which way y'all going first?
All right.
Oh, Jen.
Don't judge the day by the harvest you reap, but the seeds that you sown.
Say it again, please.
Do not judge the day by the harvest you have reaped, but the seeds you have sown.
I can dig that. Don't judge today.
All right,
by what you got, but what you have given.
Well, it's a random statement, but it's not mine. Don't make a permanent decision based on a temporary situation. A lot of times we'll snap and make a fucking decision, a permanent decision, but on a situation that's temporary. So,
right,
just think. Look before you leave.
Look before you leave. That's a good one. All right, world. And my random statement is: be healthy out there. That shit is still out there. The shit is still out there, world. Trust me when I tell you the shit is still out there. I'm telling you. But if you do get that shit, calm down. Don't take that motherfucking pill. Calm down. Just drink plenty of fluids. Have your medicine, your ibuprofen or your acetaminophen. But if you're gonna take ibuprofen, please put some on your stomach and rest your body. Your body can heal itself. It can heal itself. And if you have weed, smoke a blunt.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, remember Jen is a medical professional on this show, so take the advice with a grain of salt.
Well,
G-Mack's
I'm gonna tell y'all
G-Mack's
this. If Jen tell y'all to take that damn pill,
her
medical advice can go down the toilet. Jen, do you recommend that pill?
No.
I mean, it's
no.
Another thing y'all didn't realize about that world, what is that flax snack and whatever the fuck that shit is? If you read when the little white letter first came on, it says FDA did not approve it. It is not even FDA approved.
They approved, but here's the thing: from what I gather from,
I don't think anything is FDA approved at this point.
It really isn't. But from what I gathered is that pill is a combination of 2 medications, is what it is, and you could either have an allergic reaction, increased heart rate if you have high blood pressure, if you don't, diarrhea. Everything. I noticed that the disclaimer on all those medications is diarrhea.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like
everything you want to take a pill and get the bubble shits. I don't want this shit pissing.
Because they all designed to do like Jen was talking about, grab the fat and everything else and push it out your body.
I guess so. Well.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
World.
This has been.
Thank y'all for coming through.
Was it 3:33?
3:32. 3:33 is Thursday, world. Yo, we're gonna have some guests in a minute, world. I had to get shit right. So now shit get right, and we're finna get to the guests next month. See y'all later. Everybody have a good day.
Have a hood day.
Have a hood day.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast. HoodTech presents the HoodCast. Have a hood day.
Have a hood day.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast. HoodTech presents the HoodCast.